My dear students, welcome to the class Environmental Science. Today, we are going to discuss about food resources. The food is vital thing for all the organisms. The world war is also happens in the future for the food. Today, our food comes almost entirely from agriculture, animal husbandry, and fishing activities. Although India is self-sufficient in food production, it is only because of modern pattern of agriculture that are unsustainable and which pollute our environment with excessive use of fertilizers and pesticides. First of all, why we have to study about the food resources means the population has been increasing day by day enormous. Per day, 3 times we have to take the food, but the calculating worldwide averagely, the person couldn't take per day 3 times. The FAO defines sustainable agriculture as that which conserves land, water, and plant and animal genetics resources, doesn't degrade the environment and is economically viable and socially acceptable. Most of our large farms grow single crops, means monocrops. Year-wise, in all the years, if I am going to do the agriculture practices with paddy, means in all the year I will go with the paddy one. So what will happen there? While going for the monoculture, it will take the same kind of nutrient only from that land. While taking the same kind of nutrient from the land, the nutrient will be decreasing year by year. So that's what they have mentioned here. If this crop is hit by a pest, the entire crop can be devastated, leaving the farmer with no income during the year. On the other hand, if the farmer uses traditional varieties and grows several different crops, the chances of complete failure is lowered considerably. Many studies have shown that one can use alternatives to inorganic fertilizers and pesticides. This is known as integrated crop management. The Green Revolution of the 60s reduced the starvation in the country. However, many of the technologies we have used to achieve this are now being questioned. Our fertile soil are being exploited faster than they can recuperate. Forest, grasslands and wetlands have been converted to agricultural use, which has led to serious ecological questions. Our fish resources, both marine and inland, show evidence of exhaustion. There are great disparities in the availability of nutritious food. Some communities, such as tribal people, still face serious food problems leading to malnutrition, especially among women and children. Malnutrition means lesser amount of nutrients due to the lesser amount of food. Due to the malnutrition, several diseases will become to the people. These issues bring in new questions as to low demands will be made in future even with a slowing of population growth. Today, the world is seeing a changing trend in dietary habits. As living standards are improving, people are eating more non-vegetarian food As people changing from eating grain to meat, the world's demand for feed to livestock based on agriculture increases as well. This uses more land per unit of food produced, and the result is that the world's poor do not get enough to eat. In India, there is a shortage of cultivable productive land. The farm sizes are too small to support a family on farm produce alone. With each generation, farms are being subdivided further. Poor environmental agriculture practices such as slash and burn, shifting cultivation or wrap cultivation degrade forest. Poor environmental agriculture practices means we have to test our soils where we are going to do the agriculture practice. What kind of soil is present in my land and what are the nutrients are present there, what kind of materials, what kind of seeds, what kind of plants I can put in my land. I have to know about those things. That is poor environmental agriculture practices. If it is not know about those things. Shifting cultivation means shifting the cultivation from one place to another places. Some kind of peoples living in one places. For an example, in a hillsides they are doing the shifting cultivation mostly. They are doing the agriculture practices when they get enough amount of yield from there. If it is not there, means just they are shifting their cultivation from one place to another place. Globally, 5 to 7 million hectares of farmland is degraded each year due to the practices of poor agriculture practices. Loss of nutrients and overuse of agricultural chemicals are major factors in land degradation. Water scarcity is an important aspect of poor agriculture outputs. The salinization and water lagging has affected a large amount of agriculture land worldwide. The water scarcity means we couldn't get enough amount of water for the doing the agriculture practices. The salinization means the sea water intrusion, and it's became a very good earth, very good land, and fertile land became a saline land. And water lagging means most of the time stagnating the water in one places. So due to these reasons also the fertile will be decreasing there. Due to the decrease of the fertile, the yield will be decreasing there. Loss of genetic diversity in croplands in another issue that is leading to a fall in agricultural produce. Rice, wheat and corn are the staple foods of the 2/3 of the world's people, as wild relatives of crop plants in the world's grasslands, wetlands and other natural habitats are being lost. The ability to enhance traits that are resistant to diseases, salinity, etc. is lost. The genetic engineering is an untried and risky alternative to traditional cross breeding. So what about food security? It is estimated that 18 million people worldwide, most of whom are children, are dying each year due to the starvation or malnutrition. And many others suffer a variety of dietary deficiencies. The earth can only supply a limited amount of food. If the world's carrying capacity to produce food cannot meet the needs of a growing population, anarchy and conflict will follow. Thus, food security is closely linked with population control through the family welfare program. So what are the alternative food resources? Food can be innovatively produced if we break out of the current agriculture patterns. This includes working on a new avenues to produce food, such as using forest for the multiple non-wood forest products, which can be used for food if harvested sustainably. This includes fruits, mushrooms, sap, gum, etc. This takes time as people must develop a taste for these few new foods. Thank you.